mai, papa te whatitiri hiko iko te uira, I ka napu ki te rangi e whetuki ki raro rā. Nau mai hara mai ki tēnei hōtaka. Welcome to the PTL series round 2 as we see this fiery matchup between the 07 Heat and Auckland, sorry, not Auckland Metro, the Metro men's side. My name is Te Aorere Pewhairangi, and joining me in the commentary box is Harley Wall. Harley, we have a huge game coming up.
Ai, kia ora e hoa, tika tonu, that's right. We've got a great game again for everybody here to tune in for the second round of PTL with the 07 Heat against Metro. So in the first round a couple of weeks back, it was a very close match, but the Metro team were able to get up. Anyone's game today, I think they've had that opportunity to study each other, feel each other out, and it's really anyone's game from here. You see the quality of the players on the field today. We're going to be treated to a really exciting match.
So we see Metro in the purple there, running from left to right. See some of the open men's, a lot of the open men's players in both of these sides. Sean Law on the ball here, looking to work with Chops there, coming on the back door. They come to this plus. Left to right there, but what's the call? Is it
it looks like a penalty against 07 Heat. Weren't moving forward from the try line. A big shout out again to our officials in today's game. The man in the middle is George Haswell. We also have John Dusto and, Richie Heap and Charlene Bannister Plumridge. So 3 of the top referees in the country today to support one of the, probably the highlight games of this weekend.
Yeah, tika tonu, so we see a bit of a variation. Some smooth feet there by Lance coming down the lane. It's one of the up-and-coming players to watch out for.
I remember seeing him this year in Newcastle. The Australian defenders found him really tricky to defend because he's just so slippery when he's in front of the try line. Oh, have we got a try here? I think the referees might just be having a corridor, but it looks like it was a touch and pass. Lewis finding the space and matching up here with Lance, but it looked like the touch must have come first on the back. A good start, I have to stay still for the Metro team. And those questions they'll want to continue to ask of the 07 Heat defence. Yeah,
and this 07 Heat team, they'll be happy with that defensive set. They went back-to-back on their line. We see Whitta Graham on the ball, and he goes to that passive link. Tiwi Davies with the right foot step, and they answer straight away.
If we get a chance to look at the replay here, what I liked to see was how Metro were already starting really high. But what we saw as Mitta took that pick was he used like 3 steps, took up all that space, passive line, and then Tiwi just managed to find the gap. So while there was good defense, it was an even better option on attack that was taken by Mitta Graham there.
Yeah, and it's classic Mitta there.
And that's experience. And having a campaigner as experienced as Mitta Graham in your side is just going to be so valuable to the 07 Heat team. A touch called there. Looks like Nate Rollins is going to play the ball on the 7-metre line. See, a lot of these connections here in the middle, these boys all play together at club level, they play together at Auckland level, so they've got a really good tight connection. And it really helps when you get into this next level as well.
Yeah, we see these little pods in this Metro side. They've played together, as you mentioned, at club level. A lot of the Pearl Jam players are out there, and even in that open mixed grade for Auckland for many years. And in that first game, Jen and I talked about team chemistry and everyone just knowing each other. They don't even have to talk to each other, and look, this is what they produce.
That was off the 5th touch, I think. Lewis just held the ball. Let's watch the replay here, and 07 just get a little bit confused. I think Geordie Tua kind of just overread, didn't place at the right time, and manages to get the try. First one there for Metro.
As we see, Ifo Jones out there now. Noah Holtham, Taha Kemara. Yeah, I think foot in the ruck, was it?
Yeah, actually that's one thing we noticed with Metro a lot last week was, they try and manipulate the ruck a little bit, and as referees we have to be onto that as well to pick up when they're doing little things like that. As the attacking team as well, they're going to look for those opportunities to try and exploit it too. with the 07 Heat team, it's really cool to see some of these young guns here. You can see them in the middle. I think some of them are still at high school. But, you know, playing against some of the best players in the country and still making a massive impact. I think there might have been Shaq Stone that scored their try.
Yeah, and that just goes to show the depth that this team has. They have some young players there, and we didn't even see Shaq touch the ball in that set until he's scoring the try. So right across the park.
Yeah, holds a really nice line here and gets the space that he needed. A great try there from 07 Heat. It's awesome to see that, you know, this is the young gun setting it up and they're giving it to a guy that's played, you know, 30 plus tests for New Zealand. He didn't have to do anything, just stand in the right place at the right time.
So Metro back on the attack here. Oh, just a bit of miscommunication there. Wasn't expecting the pass, Sean Law. So we've seen a good start here by this 07 Heat side. So they look to get some fresh legs on. Carlos Savage, one of the stalwarts, Efian Jones. Tuakana Hudson, he's got a nice pass and he picks the right lane. Efian Jones could fit a bus through that one.
Yeah, impressive start here for 07 Heat. We'll have a look at the replay. See what the setup does here to just really confuse the defense. You can see, I think it might have been Harry Carter just shutting in really, really quickly and early here. From that link position, he just got caught out big time. And then the winger on the right side there from Metro also just a little bit too slow to react. So a great start there from 07 Heat, 3-1 lead.
So we see Lance here. Step two people, but the third person was luckily there.
He's got such a really long reach, and the way that he manages to twist his body, it's really hard for the defence to get him. So 07 Heat doing a good job so far. Oh, I think we've got one. Lewis Nickel again, very crafty with the ball in hand. Might have even confused 07 Heat as to whether or not he was a dummy half. We'll have a look again at the replay, but just a quick little pop pass, step, and again I think Jordan Tuakana just caught in front of the line. We talked about those sort of adjustments that players have to make and the muscle memory that some of them have, and only going back 5 meters, and the impact that that's having when they're on defense.
So we see 07 Heat again coming with the backdoor play. They look like they're also working in pods. Tui Davies and Mr. Graham in this one working together. A couple young bucks there. So we see 32 pick. Tui's got a nice left to right. He gets the penalty.
What we've seen already in this first half is a really nice setup from 07 Heat, and then some really nice picks. And because they've got so much time inside that 7 meters, they're looking early for those long ball options. So a really good, you know, read of the play and what the defense are giving them in terms of options with the ball.
So we see Taha Kemara. That's good defense there by the winger. Is that Finn? Just to identify that they will go to these low percentage plays. They go to that short side. Usually don't encourage shutting short side, but it's a nice play there. Another penalty, Ahua?
Yeah, another penalty again. Just dropping a little bit early, especially earlier in the day. And we found this last round as well. It takes a little bit of time for the defense to adjust, but later on, both in the game and also later on in the day, there tend to be less penalties. So that's a good outcome for the game, but you kind of want to get through that filling out process as quickly as you can. And I mean, we're only 9 minutes into the game, so we're doing okay so far. But with regards to both defense and from a referee perspective, it really just, as we've talked about all morning today, Kōrero, it's really about how effective you can be in talking to each other.
Yeah, and you hear sub-box loud behind us. Some good communication out there. So we see Tiwi look to throw that passive line again, and unfortunate there for Mr. Graham.
Defensively really good from the Metro team. Daniel Nickel in the middle, always a really tough defender, and I think lucky that time that Caleb managed to just shut in and disrupt that pass from being effective.
A nice set here from Metro. They've gone from one end to the other. Unfortunately, they couldn't get a strike plate at the end of that one. So, 5th touch. They've gone again, and they've scored again off the 5th touch.
This is the 3rd try now for Metro off some, unorthodox or unexpected play. 07 Heat sticking to their structures, but maybe just, falling into defensive habits, you could say. And Metro are just playing, you're giving me this, cool, I'm just going to fake and go. So we've got an even game now, and almost 2 very different styles being presented. The 07 Heat, as we've seen already today, and from the first round, very structured, very process-driven, and Metro a little bit more eyes-up footy.
Yeah, it's some good play by both sides, as we see for Jones, left foot step there, but good defence by Tamahawkin. Both these teams stacked with talent on both ends of the field. So we see 32 long play. Fortunately, couldn't handle that one. So we see this Metro side spreading the field. They look to go to their sub box. I'm liking how they're doing their yards up the field, and it's these little tricky plays, the extra pop passes.
Yeah, they are identifying that, there's players in front of others in terms of that defensive line. Shannon Tomirio, I think, was actually doing a really good job in that, instead of just slowing down or forcing the attack to move the ball. And it looks like we've got a try here. Again to Metro, they're going to take the lead. Number 10, Carlos Madigan, benefiting off a really good pick here from Chops Kudukanga. And what's really different from past years is off that pick, Chops managed to maybe take 4 or 5 steps, had a lot of time to assess his options, and found Carlos on the outside shoulder, and bang, a try again for Metro.
And that just comes off the back of some nice yards, a good flow up the field, and a good plant as well by the dummy half. So we see 07 Heat here, they're trailing. Tiwi Davies down the lane. Oh, good defence out there. Nice covered defence by the link there. We usually only see our wingers chase out, but good recovery by the Metro side.
Yeah, exactly, and they love that. That's quite cool.
Yeah, we can see the links again, both high. That's Harry Carter in the middle there. He's actually in the link position, and now he's dropping back to the link. So some really innovative options or movements here on defence from the Metro side, and it's working to help confuse that space.
Yeah, as we said before, it's that proactive defence. It's that presenting something to the attack as opposed to waiting for them and being reactive. So we see Nickel back on here, Lewis Nickel, Tomahawk in there with the ball, set for a scoop.
So,
and they're rewarded.
Yeah, going through the orange zone, I actually think that the 07 Heat were doing a really good job defensively, but the Metro were just a little bit of a step ahead. Getting their check pass, they're getting extra meters, and then benefited at the very end of that set with the middle being offside there. So, full credit to Metro. Now they're in a best position to strike. And we've got a second penalty here. So they won't want any more penalties, because if they have a third penalty, the referee will look to an exclusion play where they will lose a player for the next position.
Yeah, and Bobby Mateariki is known for this short side quickie. Has a nice low body position. It's built low to the ground. So you see Lewis Nickel, Chops coming down the lane there. Nice left foot step.
Oh, hang on.
Another
We've
penalty.
got a third penalty here. And it looks like, I think the referees are just going to have a corridor. Yeah, it looks like they're going to send Tiwi to... No, Tiwi's still on the field. Hang on. Just going to pause time here. It looks like we've got a penalty for rolling forward. We'll reassess as we zoom out and have another look whether we've still got 6 players on the field. No, I think we are down to 5. Oh, and we've got the full benefit in place. Bobby Mateariki with the dive there to extend Metro's lead. Let's have another look at it.
Yeah, and it's a nice right foot step there, and it's quite difficult. We see the 07 Heat there, they have their Mad Dog defence when they're down to 5, so we'll see the middle drop back, and those 2 links will step up to look to make the touch there.
Very different game when it's 6-on-5 as a defender. And interestingly, what we noticed last week as well when it was 6-on-5 was the team with the 5 defenders were having to work overtime and actually stopped a lot of tries. So in some ways it, you know, spurred them to work even harder when they're on that line with 1 player down.
And sometimes it's unorthodox for the attack to attack against 5 defenders, so no doubt moving into the future these teams and the game will evolve into having moves to attack 6 against 5.
It'll be more common than it used to be. So again, we've got another penalty here on the line. You can see Metro just a bit too chill, just having a bit of a picnic on that line. Getting forward now, and 07 Heat will look to attack again. But we've got touch too. Pretty tight defensively in the middle there.
And we see one of the benefits of that new rule change that you can deviate your line, usually with that outcast play. When you corner, you usually have to keep going that same way, but you can change your line now, and as we see a nice chopping play, Carlos Savage there.
Hopefully we get another replay of it, because this was a pretty tricky play.
Yeah, getting behind that defensive player.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing now. If the link gets up in the lane, they're looking to double pump and throw it behind the defender.
And that option's normally on the 4th touch, because by the 5th they're, you know, sort of a little bit closer to the try line. So as an attacking team, you know, sometimes you just want to chance it, and it looked like it worked and paid off there for 07 Heat.
So you see Lewis, oh nice little pop pass, but good shot there by number 20, Riley Martin.
On the 4th touch now, let's see what the boys can do. Oh, follow play. Looks like the brothers just teaming up. They've probably been running their play together for like the last 20 years. Lewis Nickel to Daniel Nickel. Let's have another look at the replay. Just simple touch footy. Isolating the defender and then going on the inside.
As they try to Metro, they're now...
Yeah, just identifying that there's a strong corner there. Just going that short side. Plenty of space. So we see Metro stretch their lead. 2 points, 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes to go in this first half.
We've seen already in the first half, a lot of these tries have come off penalties. So I think when we have a chat at half time, that'll be an important factor as to who can minimise the penalty count in the second half and, you know, play some clean defence so that you don't get repeat sets on you all day. Oh, here we go, another penalty on the line. We've had quite a few. The Metro team just probably dropping a little bit too soon. I think that's what the referees are asking the players to stay forward and hold a little bit longer.
So Tuakana Hudson, he's known for his dive. Good defence there.
And some experience just surrounding him there, Tiwi Davies, Shaq Stone. They've all also played together at the Bay level as well.
Yeah, so some good combinations out there. As we know, this 07 Heat mixture of Thames Valley, Waikato and Bay of Plenty. Late cut there, nice long pass, but good recovery there by Finn, one of our open men's players.
Oh, what's the call here? Oh, yep, 5th touch. But yeah, great save here. He had to cover a couple of players, and fantastic job to manage to reach out and stop Oliver Foot. And now the Metro team will have the ball, and will look to ruck from there 7 metres going forward. A pretty interesting first half already. 07 Heat got off to a flying start, but Metro were, you know, able to claw their way back into this game. A real arm wrestle. Oh, and we've got a drop ball, a little unforced error against Metro. Well done there, 07 Heat. Minute and a half left. Let's see if they can close the gap some more.
Yeah, and we haven't seen too many errors in this first half. That's a good arm wrestle out there. This could invite the 07 Heat into an attacking set just before half time to close their gap. And they have the right man on the field. It's a Graham. He'll get a quickie. Bounce there. Taha Kemara.
Oh. What have we got? No, we've got a touch. Thought it might have been a play on call there for a second. Look at this, let's see. Mitter just shifting his links from one side to the other, and now he falls in a position to strike. Always find it fascinating watching these teams and tactically what they're trying to do to confuse the defense. What are they going to do? Good defense here from Metro, but an even better pass. How's good's that from 07 Heat?
Yeah, Noah Holtham there. He just held up. Went off the right and then the left and then went long. It's just good patience there. Seemed like he had a lot of time with the ball. And that's a good try by the 07 Heat just before half-time. Metro will look to have 1-2 more touches. One strike play here. They have that drill jam combination out there again. They'll have to go out here. That's the hooter.
Oh, hang on, we might have a penalty here. We're going to have a last play before the teams congregate for half-time. Don't turn the TV off yet, Fano. And there we go, half-time, 6 points to 5. Metro up.
Yeah, as we go to the half-time drinks here, I guess we'll start with this Metro side. They're in the lead here. They trailed early in the first half, but they pulled it back nicely.
To start the game and also patches at the sort of end of the first half, defensively we're offering a lot, but we're a little bit casual on the line, and some of those penalties ended up coming back to sort of haunt them, as it gave 07 Heat a really good opportunity to set up their attack better. And we saw some really nicely constructed tries here. Have a look here, not just this one here where Shaq scores, but also another one where Mitz sets up for a lovely long ball. And a great try here from Eiffel. So on attack 07 Heat, we already know a lot of options and a lot of players who can, score and set up. So they'll want to, I guess, be a little bit tighter on the try line so that they're not conceding repetitive sets.
Yeah, and we see 07 Heat, their highlights in their first half. They're finding a bit of space on that chopping link there. Of variation, there was a 32, there was also a, I think a 33 play that went behind the back. Here's the Metro attacking set. And it was really just a bit of eyes up footy.
It really was. That's my main takeaway from this half, is you can't go to sleep with Metro on the ball. We saw, I think it might have been 2 of the first 3 tries. We're all on the 5th touch. So, yeah, don't take your foot off the pedal if you're 07 Heat, especially on defense, because this Metro team can score from anywhere on the field. And they set up some really nice plays and really ask a lot of questions from the defense. And a great touchdown, or a try, I should say, there from Bobby Matiariki. And obviously what helps and is a real strength for this Metro team is just the links that they have or have established over the last couple of years. That last try, probably one of my favorites, because it was just so simple, but those guys have been running their play for years. Get the timing right, the passes right, and everything just falls into place when they're in the right position of the field.
So we see experience in both, on both sides in terms of coaching staff, so no doubt.
And not just for the coaching staff with the teams, you can see there, just on our visual, we've got our referee closest to our sideline here, that's Charlene Bannister Plumridge. She's receiving a bit of advice and cordial from one of the referee coaches who's flown up all the way from Christchurch, that's Adrian Ruaiti, former New Zealand #1 referee. So it's awesome to see not only are the the coaches with the teams, giving back to our next generation, but the same too with the referee space.
So 07 Heat, they'll get the first roll of the dice in the second half. They'll get Eiffel Jones coming down the lane. He'll throw the long ball. Good defence there.
Yeah, what we saw in the first half a lot was Metro shutting really, really early, and it was opening up all of those long ball options. I think already from this first play, from their first play, you can see Finn just shot straight out to the wing. They want to take that option away and force the 07 Heat to really consider their options before just throwing straight long. Good yards here from Metro.
Yeah, nice transition play. Chops on the end of it. Unfortunately, couldn't get their last pass to stick, but that's awesome transition here by the Metro side. See a 3-3 pick there. Broke the line, unfortunately overran his man.
Might have been just a timing issue on that strike play. They caught the outside link out. You could see he actually overran their play, so he couldn't link up with Chops there. But we'll see what 07 he can respond with on their last play. And again, great defense from Finn Barnett. He's probably one of the best defensive wingers in the game at the moment. Really good read of what the attacking player is doing, but also just got long arms that he can make those touches that most wingers really can't.
Yeah, and he's got a nice positive defense there. He gets back early and he gets a couple meters off the line. So for when that player does look up, that attacking player, he's already in the lane, he's already there, providing no options. And yeah, he's got a nice recovery, good reads on defense.
An unforced error at the end of the field before for Metro on the roll ball, and a good pickup from the referee. 07 Heat just trying to respond with their yards, looking to set up here for a nice play to finish their set. But good defense, and it might have been an intercept there. Yeah, this is a 0 touch here for Metro. So we just want to make sure we stay on top of the rules. And of course the referee's always on the mark. So an extra touch up in hand for Metro as Nate Rollinson makes a good dash down the sideline as he's going to come off for a sub now.
Yeah, and it's those little tricky plays that Lewis Nickel loves to run. So we see this Metro side. Chops is on there, working with Lance. And this 32, they'll go the pick. They look to go the long. Yeah, he's got a nice left to right there, Chops.
Definitely one of the best in the game, and all the time in the world there just to load up. If we have another look at this replay, a really good a good setup from Metro. 1, 2, 3, bang, and he just walks over the line for an easy try. Great start to the first half here by Metro.
Yeah, they extend their lead to 2 points. So we see Noah Holtham back out there. Taha Kemara, Tui Davies, they go to Taha. The quickie play.
Lovely dive, but an even better touch there, I think, from Sean Law.
Yeah, he's a great defender, Sean.
Oh, and again, outstanding defense from Finn Barnett. Puts his body on the line. He might have even taken a bit of contact on that one. But he managed to stop Tiwi Davies from getting over the line. Look, he's trying to catch his breath, the poor fella, but he's done on Mahi Four's team.
Probably got a bit winded there. Tiwi Davies is known, he's a big body.
Bang! Oh!
Stopped him in his tracks.
That's outstanding effort. What I also liked from Metro, and we can see that adjustment has been made defensively. No penalties yet so far. We've already been 5 minutes into the game on their try line. So they've responded, they've adjusted, and now are just focusing on slowing down the 07 attack during the middle of the field. Although we've got a good breakaway here from Taha Kemara.
Yeah, and that's just good eyes up play. We saw Lewis Nickel in the previous touch. He went to go for that off the mark touch. We see the transition here. We see Lewis there. He's out of play, which creates a gap. Throws the dummy.
Caught Tama offside there. You can also see from that visual that the referees were doing an interchange. So really good heads-up communication from the referee coming in, which was Richie Heat, just to say, hey, Tama, you're still offside. And it actually helped create that gap for Taha to go through without having to go back for that penalty. So good refereeing in that space as well.
Yeah, and some good attack there by Metro. Unfortunately, that last pass didn't stick. So we see 07 Heat stretching the ball here. Shannon Tomuri.
The left side link is such an important position defensively as the team comes down the field, because they really have a big job to do in slowing down that attack during the middle of the field. because if they're not doing their job well, it actually allows 07 Heat in this situation to set up well for their attack when they get down to the 7 meters. And again, we'll have another look here as Metro start to ruck towards their own sub box.
Yeah, as we watch this replay, I'm liking how Jordan Tuakana-Hudson is playing out there. He's playing with a lot more confidence. We know he's just a young player just coming through, but we see the more senior players kind of giving him a pathway and giving him opportunities in this game.
That's right. And he got scored on twice, so it's good to see he shook off those situations and just said, nah, okay, that's done. Let's move on and focus on the next thing. A little bit of a messy roll ball, but the referee has called a play on, and now we have a penalty for in the ruck against the 07 Heat. A fresh set of 6, and Sean Law will look to tap the ball to start us off here.
So they'll look to go to this quickie play. Chops, good defense there. His first couple touches called wasters. They go to the low percentage plays.
What I like to see is, you know, they're moving the ball left to right to try and engage those link defenders to move forward, because it really helps with their attack as they set up for, you know, 3rd, 4th and 5th touch, is to get that defensive side moving. Second phase option here, but I think the touch is claimed, yeah. A dangerous place to really play the ball, that 1 or 2 meters in front of the line. And Metro just found out here, and good defense from, who was that in the middle there, number 16, Effion Jones.
Yeah, it's good work just to identify that it's only a couple meters away. So we see a bit of a momentum shift here. This 07 Heat side, they've lifted. Trying to narrow that gap down. Effion Jones. Yeah, Chops. He may have stopped a little bit early there.
Yeah, a good play on call, identified early by our referee. Chops Kutukanga stopping a little bit early in front of that try line, and we got the play on call. And then a second touch got missed, we see here on the replay. I think it might have been Lewis Nickel. Yeah, he got caught out too. Off that little dummy there, and then matches up with number 18, Tiamo Wilbur. And now the score is even, 7 each. We're being treated here to a bit of a spectacle, and we've still got 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, and we've talked about that 7 meter, just the muscle memory. Players just caught 1 or 2 meters offside every now and then. We see this Metro side hope to get one back here to regain that lead.
Yeah, what they need to really keep doing, and what has been working for them is engaging those link defenders just like that. You know, if they can get the defender up nice and high, it looks like, oh no, we haven't got a play on call, but it does help confuse that defense and give them options as they are on the line. So it looks like it was a touch and pass call in the end there. But yeah, hopefully Metro can continue to ask questions.
There was good patience there by Effion. He was beaten well and truly by Lance down the short side, as we see again. Sees. But he's just patient. He waits till he's back 2 feet behind the line.
That's right. And I think what happened there was the second touch. So the referee had played advantage first, and then on that second touch after the try line, and then into the touch and pass, they got their benefit. So yeah, good work defensively from him.
So we see Chops again in the middle there. Good defense. I think that's Effion. In the middle.
He's holding his own in the middle. He's only young, but not afraid to do the mahi. Some experienced campaigners here defensively. You can see Shantor Moody there. Oh, options. No. Have we got? No, we've got a play on call. It looks like the touch came late, and Sean Law has gone over to score a touchdown, or a try, I should say. Let's watch it here.
Yeah, I think he called the no touch.
Good honesty there.
Yeah, that's what our game's based off.
Yeah, exactly. And Metro go up by 1. It's still an armory, still in anyone's game.
try scored by number 8
So,
for
with
Metro.
Carlos Savage out there now. Te amo.
Their score by 1.
Tuakana Hudson. Tui Davies coming down the lane. And we see good defence again. Nice recovery. They went for that second phase play. Metro were quick to recover on the fence.
Oh, couldn't quite bring the ball in, but a good option there that 07 Heat took. You can see defensively Metro working really hard to get all the way up. If he'd caught that ball, it would have been try for all money, but unlucky there from Carlos Savage. And now on the other side, it looks like we might have had an offside penalty against the Heat, and Metro will look to ruck forward just in front of their sub box.
Yeah, so that's a good set there by Metro to defend their line. And then good positive transition. I think 07 Heat were unlucky there. May have been a little fumble in the play the ball.
Let's see what this pod can create. We've got Tama, Lewis and Daniel here on the ball. Oh, okay, we've got a not square called by our referee here. So just on that roll ball, he had his body facing one of the sidelines. A real fundamental of our game, and quite often not something you don't often see called at this level anyway.
Yeah, I think that also came with a nice positive touch by the defensive line. Just turned the hips a little bit. It's a Graham there, long ball right to left. Another great recovery there by Finn.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of work on that right side as Mida goes for another pick and a long ball. And in a good space always with regards to defensively.
And just understanding who's on the ball. He saw Mitz was on the ball and he was looking long. Even before Mitz had even passed the ball, Finn was already turned and out running.
Yeah, that's correct. A little bit slow with this yards pattern here from Metro as they get their fresh legs on, but they'll look to finish strong here. Oh, have we got a play on call? And Finn Barnett at the other end does the mahi on defence and then reaps the rewards with the ball in hand.
Yeah, and that's just a nice line there. I think it was Lance at link. Just good patience. Just a little bounce out.
Players often, you know, like to point out to the ref, hey, I made that touch, but as you can see from that replay that the ball was out and away from his body, so the pass was in motion. And as referees, we always call play on those ones because the ball is basically in the passing motion. So a little tip for you fellas out there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you hear Mitz on the microphone there saying get him on. And the ref saw the same. A little bit offside there. Lewis Nickel.
You can see this Metro team is actually quite stretched defensively now too, because they've responded knowing that 07 Heat love to throw the long ball. So there might be some opportunities in the middle now. We'll see what 07 Heat will be able to capitalise on.
And apologies, we have a young kid out there somewhere talking into the microphone, trying to get on the commentary. So we see another backdoor play here. And a little hand. Oh, it's back-to-back penalties there for this Metro side. So you see the 07 Heat, they'll bring some fresh legs on. Carlos Savage.
I was about to say, I think Metro will use this as a little bit of a break, and you can even see some of the boys tying their shoelaces up here. They've done a good job defensively, especially in the second half. I think they've only conceded 2 tries so far. So they're not afraid to do the mahi at the centre of the field. Oh, good defence there from the winger from Metro just to shut that option off.
Yeah, it's good defence. So we see a backdoor play.
Those are tricky ones because what you can see is that, you know, Geordie was jumping into the attack and then he jumped out. So the referee, I think, got it right there to call the play on. And it looks like the experience of Shannon Tormoody's got them another try. This is an unorthodox one too. Let's have a look at the replay.
Yeah, he couldn't believe his luck there. He's just standing a couple meters out from the line and he just falls over and puts the ball down.
That's the correct call too. You can see the ball was down first before Chris was able to make the touch on top. So Metro won't like that one. 3 minutes to go. They're only up by 1.
Yeah, they'll look to strike back here to extend that lead. See what they have. Chops back on the ball.
Oh! Hang on, have we got here? It looks like we're having a bit of a corridor both ways. So I think they might be calling the touch. It's a difficult position that one in because you don't even want to think that Mittagram's being dishonest.
Yeah, and he's caught napping a little bit there, but said he got it in the end. I think it was that second effort. So they come back long. Oh, they look for that tip on inside. So 07 Heat, good defensive set there, and they'll look to go. They'll look to find some fresh players.
This is a huge set in the scheme of the game. Oh, and we've got a penalty too. It looks like Metro might have been offside. Only 2 minutes to go.
So they'll look to score off the set. They have some strikers out there. Tui Davies, Te Amo, Ifeon Jones. Mr. Graham stayed on, and that's a nice intercept by Lance. Is in the lane there. I think he'll go all the way here.
And a bit of a dive just for the showmanship. Outstanding read defensively from him. Those are always risky plays because it can come either way. Either it opens up a gap for 07 Heat and they look to score, or on the other side, the risk versus reward, and looks like he just comes through with the ice creams in the end, and he's running away. No one can touch him. One of the fastest in the game, I'd say.
Yeah, and he's got a smile on his face. He knows that pretty much closes out the game. 07 Heat have 1 or 2 more attacking sets. So you see the replay once more. Another penalty, so 07 Heat are on there.
This is common late in the game. A team up by 2, they start to be real casual on the line because, you know, they're trying to slow the game down. And 07 Heat just running out of time. As Metro try to slow this clock down.
And again, they're in the lane there. Ifeon Jones, he looks to pass it behind, but I think it's Nathan.
Yeah, Nate Rollinson there. Had a similar play last weekend too against the Northern Strikers that helped secure them the game. Again, these links just in a good position to receive the ball. As Metro look to just wind down the clock now. I think that they'll try and finish off this set with ball in hand.
Yep, and that's the hooter. So we see the Metro side, they take this one out 10 points to 8 over the 07 Heat.